What's up, you beautiful souls? I hope you guys are having a blessed and awesome day. Man, it's Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday. But, I digress. It's Taco Tuesday. It's like, got to get your tacos on. I want to talk to you, the people that are out there, and this message is for you. If you ever felt like you were alone, that you don't have friends, that people don't understand you, you feel like you're on a different planet, it's okay. It's okay. Just remember that, and that if you also feel like the friends that you do have do not really support you, they're not really, like you're giving a lot in that friendship, but you're not getting it back, you're not reciprocating it back, it's okay. The one thing I want to say is this: continue doing what you're doing. Continue doing that grind. Continue working on yourself. Continue just working on the things that make you happy. If you're a painter, if you're building a business, you're working on a project, whatever it is, continue doing that, because you will attract that tribe in the right time. You're going to be putting out broadcasting it out to the universe. You're broadcasting it, and the right people are going to be tuning in to what you're doing. When you look at all the successes that are out there, when you look at the internet, you got a person that had an idea. You look at a person who had a great, like an app. Look at like Amazon as an example. It's like Bezos, he had this idea of selling books. Then it just transformed into more and more things. He had an idea. He had a small little desk, a small little office. When you look at Apple, it was created in a garage. You look at it as you're an innovator. And if you feel like you don't fit in, it's okay. Because I know for myself, I feel like I don't fit in. But you adapt. You still you have acquaintances. They might not be your good friends that you can really rely on, but they're just acquaintances. And eventually you will find that good friend. But if not, it's not like saying like, oh, well, I feel like a loser because I have no friends. No, it's like the best friend that you're going to ever have is the person in the mirror. That's the only friend that you really need. And you believe in God, you always having God, and your co-pilot in life. That's how I look at life, is that God's just traveling with me on my adventures. And then I'm also looking at it as like when I go to the gym, that I'm putting in the time and effort because of keeping of the mind and the body and the soul, is because I'm renting it. I'm just renting it from God. He gave me this vessel, and it's up to me to be conscious of what I'm putting into it and what I'm doing with it. And whether or not there's other people that want to go do certain things, let them. They're on their own little journey, their own little path, and they have to go through that journey in life, because then they'll eventually realize certain things, just like you're on your journey and in your path and your life also. And you've gone through things that maybe they haven't gone through, or maybe you've seen them and it's like, oh crap, I don't want people to go through that, but they have to go through it because they would be in a better place. It's the same thing about you, that with you just being feeling like you don't belong, you do belong. It's just that you raise that at other higher level, at another conscious level of seeing things and being of who you are, being the truth of who you are. It's not about trying to act like something in order to fit in. It's about accept me for who I am. And if not, it's okay. You can go off and go do your own thing. I remember when I used to go out, I didn't like to be just standing around and everybody else would just have small talk. I like deep talk. I like really getting to know a person. I like to go ahead and just finding out more about what they want, and seeing like, what can I do to help you out to achieve what you want in life. And you really can't have that at in a bar or a club setting. So I would go off and just go ahead and say, hey, I'm here. I'm going to go get my cardio. I'm going to go get my steps in. I would go ahead and integrate some of the classes that I've taken in my life. I've taken the salsa, the tango, the merengue, and some two-stepping, and just incorporating all those different things and just having fun with it. And that's what's the whole thing about life, is just have fun with it. And it's being okay to be single. It's okay to just be by yourself. It's okay to travel by yourself. It's okay to eat by yourself. It's okay to to drive by yourself, except for if you're in a carpool lane, you don't want to do that because you're gonna get pulled over. But it's okay, travel by yourself, because then you're in control of yourself. Like if you want to leave and go do something else, you can go do that. You can get up whenever you want. You can eat whatever you want. It's different when you do that, because then you can have a lot more freedom and flexibility. And that's why I just want to leave you with that, my friends, that it's okay. It's okay. What you're going through, if you're feeling like you don't belong, you do belong. You're just at a different level, and you're putting out that at a different frequency. But also too, don't be condemning people for what they're doing. And because I felt like sometimes, like, well, I don't like hang out with these people. These people want to drink, and I don't want to be around them because they're drinking, or they're doing drugs or whatever. I'm looking at it now as like I'm accepting for who they are, but I also realize I don't want to be around that in that environment. You could say hi, you could, whatever it might be, but you don't have to be like, hey, let's go break bread or whatever. It's still being nice, being cordial, being human. And that's what we need these days, for us to accept people for who they are and just be loving to each person. Because right now I see this with each other all the time, because you don't believe in this, you don't believe in that, and then next thing you know, they're hitting heads and they're not really getting along. And that's where I see the disconnects, where just accept people for who they are and then just love them, my friends. You guys have a blessed and you guys have an awesome day. Be about it instead of talking about it, and namaste.